Hello there, hopefully you guys are doing well, and today I wanted to make a video about the Order of the Dragon Cavalry, the new one that just came out, or OTD for short. And I wanted to focus them, when I got them, I wanted to focus them on more on the roaming aspect of the unit than charging them into blobs head on. And for that, I decided to go with the bottom Veterancy for survival, because that 5% health every 5 seconds really comes in clutch, and everything else just helps it, not die. The top one is mostly for damage, but what I've noticed is that a lot of people go for the top one, and when they send them in, they just insta die. They might do a lot of damage, but they're really hard to keep alive. So the bottom one is probably the best to use if you want to use it purely for roaming like I am. And the Doctrines that I picked are gonna go with this, so they take less damage if they're above 40%. That goes well with the Doctrines that I have. For example, this one, increase defense and reduce damage taken. The yin and yang one, or that's what I like to call them. But this one just reduces the damage they take by 4% if they're above 50, so that helps them survive more. The weapons doctrine is a must because the unit attacks a lot, so you really need this doctrine to help with immunity and health regen. And because you're not gonna do a lot of damage, since it went up on bottom Veterancy, I decided to bring this one for more damage. I could bring this one, but I realized that if the unit is below 40%, this whole perk becomes useless. So it's better to not risk it and always have a perk to do something all the time. And even though I don't have the unit maxed, I'm satisfied at this level to still perform really well. So if you do have it maxed yourself, the unit's gonna do even better. But even at just level 24, you see on the next clips why it's still really good to have all defense and to be roaming around. So as you can see, I kind of spawn them on the side and try to look for flank kills, because you don't really want to go into big fights against the enemy since you're gonna lose. You kind of have to play them like careful Kriegsburgers, because they will die pretty easily. And I see 3 rangers, and I just wipe them out pretty fast. Even though I'm getting attacked by Hwang archers, they kind of don't do anything to them, since again they're on the full defense path, so it doesn't really affect them much. And I try to get them out of them before the timer runs out, because when the timer runs out and they're not safe, they will probably die, so you have to be careful. And then right here, I see units in the supply point, but those are Simikin stalwarts and you're always going to lose against them, so I recommend not fighting them and just going for rangers. The whole plan of using this unit is flanking the rangers, not anything else. And as you can see, there's Mo Dao and Imperial Spearmen in there, so I left there before they could kill me and just come back another time. You do not want to go head to head with any melee units if possible, because they might kill you if you don't play them right. So again, I just left that supply point again and flanked the rangers. You just want to look for ranger kills mostly. Anytime you see rangers, just kill them, and it's a good trade. Here's another clip. I just went straight through the door and met Cav instantly. They're surprisingly good against Cav. I've won most of Cav fights. Every time I go against other Cav, I won most of them, except Xianjie Cavalry, because they just do instant damage. So you gotta be careful for those. But other than that, you win a lot of Cav fights if they're not charging at you. You might see some sped up clips because I'm not really doing anything. I'm just waiting for the timer. The ability lasts 40 seconds and the timer lasts 10. So during those 10 seconds, I'm just gonna speed up the clips to not waste
time. And I tried attacking these stalwarts from the back, but again, if there's charging cav right there, they kind of just kill you if they already have momentum, so try not to go against any charging cav. And then after that, I tried flanking their spawn point, and luckily I met some charging cav that they were gonna use, but I met them. I intercepted them before they could do anything. So right here, just wipe the cav real quick and run away without losing a single unit.
As you command.
Just trying to keep them on expedition as much as possible, because a 5% heal comes only when you're in expedition form. So you want to try to be on that as much as possible. And then right here, just a lot of units, you do not want to get into big block fights with them because they will lose. You want to just try to isolate units. If you're ever gonna fight melee units, you always want to fight a 1v1 when they're not expecting it. Because if they're expecting a fight and they're about purple melee unit or higher, there's a high chance you lose. But yeah, if you want to, this unit is really good at just being aggressive and going outside, because you don't have to go outside. The hero can just stay inside behind the walls or somewhere safe, and just send your unit out there to do all the dirty work. So it's a good trade. You're safe and your unit is out there getting kills. You just want to keep an eye on them just in case your timer runs out and you have to manually operate them. So here's another clip. Send them outside and I stayed behind the wall. But this time the enemy team expected me to come, so they kind of all just trying to charge me. But not without getting a few free kills first. You want to try to get as many kills as you can before the timer runs out, because when the timer runs out and your unit is outside, there's a high chance you're gonna die. So you want to do as much damage as possible before that happens. So yeah, once the timer runs out, you want to go hide. Hide them or bring them back to you.
Spartans, fear no war.
And right here I see a couple Lombomen trying to run, but Onimusha tried to get in my way. And since Onimusha killed Cav, try not to fight him. But yeah, the unit does great damage against heroes, so you can also be a hero killer if they all hit him at the same time. And there's another OTD unit, but I was able to use my abilities first before they could and kill them pretty easily. You do have to watch out for Chariot though, as you saw a Chariot pass by. The Chariot kind of counters them since it's just a Chariot. They're really good against anti-cav for some reason, so you want to try avoiding Chariot. Not like anybody brings them nowadays since they kind of got nerfed pretty bad. But right here I do a flank all around, and right when I do the flank, I'm out of time. So you kind of, when you run out of time like that, you kind of have to just hope they don't die. That's the only thing you can do. And since the enemy is not paying attention to me, I just do a quick 2 through the back, insta-kill the hero, just wipe the units. And because my unit is on full defense Veterancy, they're having a hard time to kill.
Veterans never die.
But even though my units don't kill as fast, if left alone, they will go from low HP to max, as you saw. Because from the heal from the Veterancy of 5%, the heal from the weapons doctoring when they attack a lot of times, and the heal from the 3 just makes them really hard to kill when they're roaming. It's because if you leave them alone for 10 seconds, they're back to full HP. So even though they don't kill as fast, they're really hard to kill if used right. So right here, I flank their spawn, get the longbowmen, get their cav, easy, and then leave. You do not want to stay a long time. If you stay a long time, they're gonna group up against you and kill the unit pretty fast. So right here, there's two teams of Iron Reapers, and I wasn't able to kill them since I don't do a lot of damage. But even though I didn't do a lot of damage, all my units got out alive, which is the important part. You want to save your units as much as you can so you can get more flank kills like this. Right here, just more longbowmen and cav left unattended. The heroes can't do a lot of damage to them since they're pretty tanky. So there you go, 3 easy kills and then leave. The good thing about this unit is that when you use the expedition, the game tells you what unit the enemy has. So right here I noticed that the unit has cannon crew and you want to target them. In my opinion, it's a good trade for you to lose your unit in order to kill the enemy's rangers. So it doesn't matter if your unit dies, as long as you kill the enemy's rangers, it's a good trade. Because the rangers are gonna affect your team pretty effectively. So if you lose your unit, trading them for the cannon crew, flamethrowers, the whole wrong archers, as long as you trade against a good ranged unit, that's a good flank on my book. Like right here, there's Shinji Grenadiers. I know they're gonna hurt my team pretty bad, so I decided to target them even if they die. But luckily, since my units are pretty tanky, they don't die, so I just run away. You want to try targeting as the enemy's effective ranged units, so your team has an easier way of getting the points. And then just waiting at the timer and going back in there and try to find more rangers, more units to find that they're isolated and try to kill them. Right here, there's a pretty good flank, but there's a big group fight right there, and you don't want to get in group fights. So I try to go in for the from the spear sergeants, but the spear sergeants are kind of hard to kill since they have a lot of self heals. So I just decided to leave it. If you know you can't win a 1v1 fight, try to leave. And right here I get pulled up on by an enemy player. So the dangerous part about this unit is that you have no eyes on your hero. So if you get caught patrolling them while somebody's beating you up, you might die. So you kind of have to be careful of where you are positioned so you can use your units freely and not have to worry about dying. So here I tried to do another flank and for more units, but my team catches the point pretty fast since there's no rangers to challenge them. Because there's no rangers to challenge my team, since we killed them all, we won that pretty easily. And on this game I got 124 kills, but in my units, my OTD got 106, so they kind of I got way more value than just getting range kills. And this is an extra clip of that they're really good in bandit raids as well. So I've been using them since I got them on bandit raids, and they're great. So if you don't have a bandit raid cav, I recommend this one. And remember that my cav is not max, it's level 24. So if yours is higher level than that, then they're gonna have better performance than what I currently have. So you have even better results. I personally couldn't get them to max level because I don't have that much time to level up these units all the time, and I ran out of XP medals, so this is the furthest I could get them, where I had to grind for multiple days to get them to max. And yeah, that's the end of the video. If you watched it all the way to the end, thank you very much and have a great day. See you next time.